I didn't start a business because I have a big dream. I started because I lost my job. For the first time in my life, I had nothing lined up, no next role, no clear plan, just a lot of frustration and a hit to my ego. I was angry. And instead of looking for another position immediately, I decided I would try to build something of my own. It wasn't romantic. It was messy. I didn't really know what I was doing. I made mistakes. I overestimated some things, underestimated others. The money wasn't great. Some months were uncomfortable. There was no structure, no boss, no one to tell me if I was on the right track. After a few months of that, someone reached out and offered me a stable position. Good salary, clear role, predictable path. I took it. At the time, it felt like relief. Steady income, clear expectations, a system that already worked. On paper, it made sense. But something shifted.
The job wasn't bad. The people weren't bad. The work wasn't terrible. But I started to feel the limits again. Decisions weren't really mine. Direction wasn't really mine. My time wasn't really mine. And that's when I understood something I hadn't understood the first time. Entrepreneurship isn't easier. It's not more secure. It doesn't magically make you free. What it does is make you responsible. When you have a job, the uncertainty is still there. The market can change. Companies restructure. Roles disappear. But most of that uncertainty is absorbed by the organization. You feel protected from it until you're not. When you run your own business, the uncertainty is visible every day. Revenue depends on you. Decisions depend on you. Mistakes are yours. It's heavier, but it's also clearer. Less than a year after taking that safe role, I left again. This time it wasn't out of anger. It was a decision. I realized I would rather deal with problems I create than live inside constraints I don't control. That doesn't make entrepreneurship the right choice for everyone. Some people genuinely prefer stability inside a system, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, once I understood the trade-off clearly, I couldn't ignore it. It wasn't about chasing freedom. It was about choosing which pressure I was willing to live with. External control with internal comfort. Or internal responsibility with external uncertainty. Neither is easy. But pretending one of them has no cost, that's the real mistake. That's what I learned the hard way.